Hey everyone, the Collector 27 here, coming at you guys with another action figure review. This time we're going to be taking a look at the Star Wars The Black Series Mandalorian and the Child. Let's take a look. Okay, so first we're going to take a look at the accessories that Mando comes with. He comes with his pistol that we see him use in the show, along with his rifle. Both are painted very nicely, very good detail. Let's see if we get a closer look at that. Good sculpt on both. Good. I really like the gunmetal gray that they used on both the rifle and the pistol. Alright, nice. So now let's go over some of the details that we see on the Mandalorian. We see that his helmet is nicely painted. Let's see if we can get a look at that. Good battle damage on there, good worn, kind of dirty, rusty look. Then we see on his chest plate, we see some battle damage on there, some scrapes, some dents, some little dentage area of where he's possibly shot by some sort of enemy. We see good paint details throughout the entire figure. Little bits of damage here and there. I like it. Really good sculpt overall too. I'm not exactly 100% sure who sculpted this over at Hasbro, but they did a really great job. I like seeing all the little details of the silver here and there. I think could focus on that helmet. The helmet, the gunmetal gray, again, that looks really good. I just love seeing that color on there. Very nice. Okay, so for the articulation on this guy, this is probably one of, if not the best articulated Black Series figures that I've seen in a long time, if not ever. He might actually be the best. He has some really unique and really good articulation, considering that he's a Black Series figure, and usually we don't see very good articulation on them. But one thing I wanted to say right away is they did something very unique with this neck joint. It's almost like an import figure, like an SH Figure Arts, that, let's see if this cape's not getting in the way, that in here is actually where the neck is articulated. And so it's almost, like I said, an SH Figure Arts where it gives that full range of motion on that ball joint. And then on top of that, we also have these butterfly joints. Now, they're not great, but it does add a bit of in and out, if you could see that on camera. And then, of course, we have the shoulder joint that goes up about that much. It gets kind of restricted due to the cape on this side and also on the shoulder plates. But, they're a soft material, so it's able to go over. We have a bit of an elbow joint about 90 degrees. It's a single joint. I'd like to see a double joint, but that's okay. But then we have wrist rotation, and the wrist goes up and down in a more of a roll of the dice type of motion that is appropriate considering this is his gun-slinging, gun-holding hand. And then the same thing on this side for both the butterfly joint and also the elbow. But on this side, this hand is more made for holding the barrel of the rifle, so it goes up and down this way rather than a roll of the dice motion. We have the standard type of ball joint on the, I guess, like chest/waist area. There's no waist swivel there, so the only articulation you get in the abdomen is right here. Excuse me. We also get a thigh cut right there, which is always nice. The leg will go out about that much, if he's straight. There we go. It does get a little bit restricted due to the armor plate right there. We have a double jointed knee, and then a cut right here at the foot. The foot will go up that much. It'll go down that much, and we do have some nice ankle pivots. So good articulation overall in this guy. I will say the cape does get a bit restrictive of the neck in some places, and it's kind of in the way. And if you know me, I don't like plastic capes, so I'm probably going to have to get an upgrade for this cape and get one from either Rebel 10 Customs, she's here on Instagram, or from somewhere else, where it's a cloth cape with a bendy wire in it. I'm not a fan of plastic capes, but this one is pretty nice considering it is a soft, pliable plastic. So that allows for a little bit more movement than some of the capes we've seen in the past where it's literally just like a board on the back. So that's a lot nicer. So this guy has some really good articulation. Now, there is storage for the weapons. There's a holster on the side for the pistol with this little latch that goes over. And so if you just get the pistol, and put it in here. Make sure you push it all the way down or else this latch won't close. Push it all the way down, and then you can just plug it in right there. And then you have storage for the pistol. On the back, there's storage for the rifle with this belt going across right here. And then there's a hole in the Mandalorian himself, the little peg hole for the peg that's on the back of his rifle right here. But for some reason mine doesn't really want to line up, so you kind of have to mess around with it and then finally get it lined up. And then once you get that rifle, that's where you could just plug it in. But I don't know, on my figure it just doesn't want to stay in there. Like, it's not bad. If I shake it, it'll stay in there, but if I start moving it around and trying to pose it and so on, it'll eventually pop out. You know, let me know down in the comment section below. Is anyone else's like this, or does theirs go in all the way, or is this just an ongoing issue with this figure? Let's see. I mean, I could try probably just directly porting it into the back rather than going through the belt area or this little, you know, sash. But even then, it's like it's not going in all the way if at all. I think maybe the way it's molded is it's too wide or something. I'm not exactly sure, but there is storage for it. It's not 100% secure. Okay, so moving on to the child or Baby Yoda. Gosh, this guy is little. He's really tiny. He's only about, I'd say, let's see if the camera will focus just so you can see all that detail in there. He's only about 1.5 inches tall, and that is crazy. And he's so little, yet they actually decided to give him some articulation. His arms are on this ball joint system that pops out very easily, but you can lift it up about that much on both sides. Sorry if my fingers are getting in the way. He's super small, but you can lift them up about that much. They won't move much more out or to the side. It's pretty limited because of this type of garment he has on, even though it's actual plastic. He has feet at the bottom that are also on these little ball pegs, and I mean, I don't really see the point in actually having the feet as separate pieces. I don't know why they would have done that, considering that most of the time you're going to have him like this. I don't think you're ever going to really see his feet. For accessories, he comes with, let's see, this little container that contains all these accessories. He comes with that one alien, like one-eyed frog. He comes with this cup that he used for his soup, and then he comes with this little tiny ball that, let's see, I don't know if the camera will focus just because that's how tiny it is. There it goes. But that little tiny ball right there, he comes with that, and that's from the Mando ship in the show that he plays with. But you can actually take these out. So let's take a look at these accessories. Alright, so these are the accessories that the child or Baby Yoda, whatever you want to call him, comes with. They're so small, I actually have to use my tweezers to pick them up. The frog actually isn't that small. I can pick them up, but you can see in size between my fingers. You can see my fingerprint right there. That's how small he is. But him, I can see as a good accessory to come with. The cup is okay, but wow, this little tiny ball-like thing. Oh, see, there it goes. It's even hard to grab with the tweezers, and these are precision tweezers. I don't really see the point in him coming with this. I mean, we only saw it in 1, maybe 2 episodes, but at the same time, this little figure, even though, you know, I'm an adult collector, the box says it's advertised, let's see if I can bring this in here, for children 4 and up. And I don't know about you, but, you know, I work with some kids outside of doing figure reviews, and there are some 4-year-olds I know who would definitely put these in their mouth. I don't think it's 100% safe for them. I mean, it's not really a choking hazard, but the thing is like, a kid would totally lose these. I think that this is just ridiculous to come with. The cup is okay, and the frog I think is really good. I think a better accessory might have been maybe an alternate head for Baby Yoda or the child, just because, I mean, this head does pop out. Maybe we could have seen one where he has like squinted eyes or using the force or something like that, you know, have him in some sort of pose like this, but I don't know. I just feel like some sort of other accessory would be better. Just because if you do have him standing there, and let's see if I could. Oh, my bad. Sorry about that. Just knocked everything over. If you turn his hand, let's see, zoom in there a little bit. I'm gonna try and get him to either hold the cup or to hold something. Let's see, maybe hold this little ball. Try to grab that and put it in his hand. Like, it's very difficult to have him holding any of these. Let's see, maybe I could try the cup. Maybe the cup will be better. Nope. I mean, I don't think. Then again, I'm trying to do this on camera, but it's very difficult to have him hold any of these because his hand is flat. I mean, you can have him hold the frog maybe, but kind of weave that in there a little bit. Have him hold the frog. Nope, not even that. You know, it's very difficult for him to have him hold anything. So I think, you know, even me as an adult collector, I'm not going to have him on the shelf holding any of this. I'm probably going to have all of those little accessories kept in this box right here. And I do appreciate that they gave this to us, but I do think that he could have come with some better accessories. Maybe the frog, yes. I think that's okay as an accessory. But this little tiny ball, I was actually kind of afraid even to pull this out right now for this review, with all things considered, because it's so small. And it's even hard to grab with these little tweezers. Like, look at that. That's way too small to be an accessory. Like, I would honestly, you know, if I didn't have that clear little container for it, I would probably lose these the second of pulling out this figure out of the package. You know, but overall, I think it is a really great figure. I like this character. He's really adorable. I mean, look at that. But I do think that he could have come with some better accessories. Like I said, the frog, okay, maybe. No, it's not too small like I'm going to lose in. Plus, it's a bright color. Like, I have gray carpeting, so if I were to drop this little ball, it would be gone forever. The little cup, it kind of looks like a little Lego pig. Like, if you turn it upside down, that looks like a Lego. But, you know, I think that's fine. But I just wish they would have given us, you know, better accessories. Maybe even a head of, you know, the child or Baby Yoda eating one of the frogs, like the frog sticking out. I've seen some customizers or, you know, 3D print a little Baby Yoda or the child with the frog sticking out of his mouth, or him holding the cup or stuff like that. So, I mean, for the price point of this guy going anywhere between $10, $15, even $20 I've seen, I don't really know if it's worth it, you know, for these accessories right here. If you get this guy for a really good price, then I'd say grab him. But don't go overboard paying like $20 for this guy. I mean, unless you're just like a huge fan, that's up to you. Like, you know, in the end, it's all up to you. But I personally wouldn't pay $20 to, you know, $25 for this guy. Alright, so here's Mandalorian for a bit of a size comparison. Let's put in Baby Yoda first. Alright, the child, there we go. And I think, oh, let's see if he stands up, there we go. I think that's a pretty good size difference between the two. That seems pretty accurate to what was in the show. Now, let's see what another, let's see, Black Series figure looks like. And wow, okay. You can see that Mandalorian is a lot smaller than Captain Phasma. You know, by the way, huge shout out to Leo for this. One of my best buds, best friend right there. He got me this Captain Phasma recently. Expect a review. Really great figure, by the way. Let's see, but he is a lot smaller, and I'm not sure how tall the actor is. I forgot his name. It slipped my mind for a second. And how tall the actress is for Captain Phasma from The Force Awakens and Last Jedi. But if I'm correct, the one who plays Mandalorian, he's not very short. He's a pretty good height, and that's a pretty crazy difference. That's like, if this was real life scale, that would mean that, you know, if he's somewhere between like 5'10" or so, she's like a foot taller than him. That would make her like 7 feet tall. And I don't think that's correct. You know, let me know down in the comments below if Black Series has changed their height because he's a lot smaller now. And this is a bit of an older Black Series figure, Captain Phasma. She's from the 2015 Red line from Force Awakens, but I don't know if this is accurate to the actual heights of the actors. Like, look, she's even out of frame right now for my camera. Maybe she's just a big figure. But let's see. Then we have, just for comparison, because I did this review recently in SH Figure Arts, Iron Man Mark 85, and look, even he's taller than the Black Series figure. And usually import figures, let's see if I can change around, get both of them top of their head in frame. Let's see, there we go. Usually these figures that SH Figure Arts, since they're import, they come from Japan, or whatever, right? They're usually smaller than Hasbro figures like Marvel Legends and so on. And yet Mandalorian, he's still smaller than an import figure. And yes, it does have the Noda head and neck piece, which might have added a bit of height to him, but still, that's interesting. I didn't think he would be this small. I mean, let me know. Oh, that's his name, Pedro Pascal, right? Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. But let me know if the actor who plays the Mandalorian, let me know if he actually is this short. I didn't think he was that short in real life. But yeah, I guess maybe Black Series has just gone smaller in their line. And just for fun, here he is next to this Kid Bash Jedi Master Deadpool with an Infinity Gauntlet. I just think this is hilarious. Let's see, it has the robe from Rebel 10 Customs. She has some amazing cloth and fabric and a bunch of custom backpacks and jackets and robes and capes and a bunch of really cool stuff. So if you haven't followed her already, follow her on Instagram at Rebel 10 Customs. That's probably where I'm going to get a upgrade for this plastic cape, because I don't like plastic capes or jackets or any of that. So definitely gonna get an upgrade for that, probably from her. So you'll probably see that, me post that within the next couple of days or so on my Instagram at thecollector27. So there we go. I think that's good for comparisons right now. So overall, let's bring the child back in here. There we go. Bring the child back here. Overall, I'd say that these two figures are really, really solid figures. I highly recommend definitely the Mandalorian if you can find them for a good price. I was lucky enough to find them online in a bundle deal with the Mandalorian and the child for the price of just what the Mandalorian's going for right now. He's going for like anywhere between, this is just the standard edition, the regular retail release. This isn't one of the exclusives. This isn't the premiere edition. Those things are crazy expensive. This one, he's pretty expensive. He goes for anywhere between, I'd say, $35 to $50 just on his own. But I was lucky enough to get these two for about 35 bucks, which, for me, that was a really good deal. So I highly recommend this figure if you can find him. I can't wait for the Beskar armor. Hopefully they utilize the same type of articulation with the butterfly joints and the new neck joint system. I really enjoy that. I don't really think that they should have been separate, but then again, this figure came out before the show, and I know I'm barely reviewing it now. This one came out after a while, and I don't think they wanted to spoil it, but I think that maybe they could have maybe just released him differently. I'm not sure what they could have done better. Maybe just added some different accessories for the child. The accessories that he did come with are super small, which is fine relative to the scale, but if you're not going to keep him in here, you're definitely risking losing something like the cup or that little ball thing. And so let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you like these two? Are you going to get them? Do you have them? Tell me what you think. Let's start a conversation. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're watching this on Instagram, I post them both on Instagram and YouTube. So go ahead, give me a follow. Let's grow this page, grow this channel. So overall, a solid 10 out of 10. I think he's going to look great on the Star Wars shelf. Even just like this vanilla post, he looks really, really good. Even with the child, you can have him carry him just like you saw in the beginning of my video. So I think he's a really great figure. If you haven't already, pick him up. Thank you to everyone who watches my video from start to finish. Sometimes it could be a bit long, I know, but try and make them as fun as possible. Thank you to everyone who follows me and likes my videos, and shout out also again to my buddy Leo for the Captain Phasma. I'll be doing a review on that hopefully this Thursday for a throwback review, looking back at a Star Wars The Black Series figure that came out in 2015. So again, thank you to everyone. Have a good day. Peace.